What's up, everyone, with my channel? I am DJ, aka Your Token Black. Got in here for the first time. Hit that like button, subscribe button. So I know I've been off for a couple of days. It's been kind of under the weather, but I'm back. Came across this video off of real life lore to react to it. It's about a lightning blew up this plane, and here's how I survived the fall. So it'll be interesting. I'm probably get more in these kind of videos. I had that one series I did, but let's learn something. So I'll probably add that to this series and get back into some more stuff, trying to get some more variety in the channel and everything. If you guys got any suggestions that you want me to check out or react to, let me know in the comments below. Without further ado, let's check out, see how this person survived this plane crash. Here we go. I think I might know the
Read up
story.
everything you do online for free for 30 days at dashlane.com/RLL. The 1970s was a crazy time. Disco
Yes,
was
it
in full
was. I
swing when
wasn't born
Space
yet.
Invaders was invented. These pants were really popular, and
Bell
two
bottoms.
different women were the sole survivors on two different plane crashes where they fell out of the sky. One was named Vesna Vulovic, who
happened twice?
survived falling over 10,000 meters out of a plane after a
10,000
bomb had gone
meters.
off. I already made an entire video about her, which you
33,000
can watch
feet?
later.
Holy
so this
shit.
video is about the other survivor, a woman named Juliana Kopka, and this is her story.
So,
On Christmas Eve
5 years later?
1971, a group of 86 passengers were waiting around frustrated inside of the airport in Lima, Peru. They were waiting to get on board Lonza Flight 508 that was departing towards
think I
Pucallpa,
saw a
Peru,
documentary
and
on
it was
this
running
before.
7 hours late behind schedule. Everybody waiting around was eager to make it back home before Christmas.
I wonder if the same one that I
including
saw.
the 6 crew members who would be servicing the flight. In total, that made for 92 people that were going to be on board who all just wanted to make it back by Christmas Day, a fact that was not lost on the management at Lonza. So despite knowing that there was going to be some pretty rough thunderstorms along the flight path towards Pucallpa that would threaten
rushed
the
it,
safety of the
and it probably wasn't that
flight,
much
the management
FAA
at Lonza
regulations
pushed
back
the
then.
flight ahead
Well, in
anyway to
Peru,
meet
I
the
don't even
tight
know how it is
holiday
in Peru.
deadline, which would ultimately prove to become one of the most disastrous decisions that a company has ever made. And sure enough, just a few minutes after takeoff with all 92 people on board, the plane entered into a violent thunderstorm 6,400 meters above sea level and began to struggle.
Pretty
Juliana
tall, right?
Kopka was only a 17-year-old girl who was sitting in a middle seat on the flight alongside her mother. She had just graduated from high school the day before, and they, like everyone else on board, were just trying to make it back to see the rest of their family before Christmas. When the airplane entered into the storm cloud, the turbulence began to get violent. Luggage was thrown about, and
I've been through
people could
turbulence,
look
real
out
bad
the
turbulence
windows
before,
and
and
see
it's not
lightning
fun.
swirling all around them. Everybody was, without a doubt, terrified. Until
Oh, small plane, I
eventually
have a
the
turboprop
lightning struck
plane.
the plane's left engine and caused a rapid structural failure. The plane descended into a full-on nosedive towards the earth. The
Get your asses
roar
by
of
this
the
one.
engines kept getting louder and louder like a crescendo until suddenly, for Juliana Kopka, there
Oh, the plane fell
was
apart?
silence. The plane had completely disintegrated into pieces, and
Wow.
she found herself alone, still strapped into her seat.
It just fell apart
falling
around
down
her?
outside of the plane towards the jungle below. She lost consciousness during the fall, and the next thing she knew, she woke
Was that
up the
nighttime,
following morning,
daytime?
still strapped into her seat.
I think
on
this
the
is a story I
jungle
heard
floor.
before, a
Miraculously,
documentary I watched.
she had somehow survived her fall, and nobody is really entirely sure how. However, it happened though.
One of
she was still
those,
faced with
everything
another
added up
big
right.
survival problem. After she undid her seatbelt and got out of her seat, she was stranded all alone by herself deep inside
In the
of
jungle.
the Amazon rainforest
Wow.
without any supplies and only dressed in a mini dress with one single sandal. She had suffered a broken collarbone
Ooey.
with deep cuts into her right arm and both of her legs during the fall. And to make
Ain't
matters
like move her
worse,
left
she was
arm, baby.
also severely nearsighted and had lost her glasses to the
Oh my
wind.
God.
It was very likely that
Odds
despite
are
her just
stacked against her at this
miraculously
point.
surviving an entire fall from an airplane,
Right?
she might die alone without ever being discovered in the jungle. So she got to work to make sure that that didn't happen. Her first priority was attempting to locate her
Find
mother
water.
and other survivors, but
Yeah.
the jungle offered up nothing but silence. She discovered a bag of sweets nearby to her crash site that she began to use for food and began to walk by feeling
Smart
ahead of
girl
her
at
with a
17,
foot
that's
that
pretty
still had a
smart.
sandal on it. Frustratingly, she began to hear what had to be rescue planes flying above her, but she was never able to make contact with
The
any of them
canopy's
through
so
the
thick.
dense canopy of the jungle. And after walking some distance, she eventually discovered a creek that she decided to wade down towards what she hoped would eventually be civilization somewhere.
I mean, yeah,
But
it
the
makes
Amazon
sense.
is vast. To put it into perspective, the rainforest is about the same size as all of India, with Greenland added in too just for good
Wow.
measure. It's enormous, but at the time when Kopka was lost inside of it all, there were were less than 200,000 people actually living there, which is less than one person every 27 square kilometers. As she was waiting down
Yeah,
the
so
street,
basically you're not gonna walk
days
around
after
wearing somebody.
days all alone, the temperature would fluctuate from being extremely hot during the day to cold at night,
yeah.
and raining pretty much all of the time.
At least you have a
in
water
between.
supply.
She didn't have any gear to protect herself from the harsh elements of the jungle.
Right, she's wearing a
but
little
she
mini
kept
skirt.
on just
Ugh.
going anyway. By
She's
day
17,
10,
man.
after the crash, she had run out of food and was hungry. She was still waiting
it's
down
10
that
days
tree,
now?
and she could no longer stand up properly.
The fact she's
so
survived
she was
10
just
days.
kind of drifting down the bank until finally she discovered something else miraculous: a boat. It was her first sign of actual civilization in the past 10 days, and she discovered a path nearby that led to a crude little hut close by in the jungle, where
Yeah, she
found
found
a motor
people.
and a liter of gasoline. Thinking quickly, she poured the gasoline into the deep wound on her right arm, which had become infested with maggots by this point.
Oh
It
my
hurts
God.
A lot. But she managed to clean
Oh.
out the maggots anyway, and then decided to spend the night sleeping
She's
in that
so
hut for
smart
once
to know that.
instead of on the floor of the jungle. And then, after being lost in the jungle for 11 days, after surviving a horrific plane crash before that, she finally heard the voices of other humans the following morning. She left the hut to meet a group of loggers, and with that, she had finally been rescued from her ordeal.
Luckily they weren't,
The
like,
loggers fed her
trouble.
and treated her wounds, took her back to their small village, and got a local pilot to fly her back out to civilization the next day, where she was finally reunited with her grieving father. Out of all 92 people who were
Wow.
on board Lonza Flight 508,
Yeah, her mother
during
and
the
sister were
crash,
on board.
Juliana Kopka was the sole survivor.
Wow.
After recovering from her wounds, she volunteered to go back into the jungle with rescue teams.
But
to try
this
and
is
locate
the same
anybody
story I
else
heard.
who
'Cause I do
might
remember that
survive.
part of it.
But unfortunately, no one else ever came out of that jungle alive. Lonza itself, a company which already had a terrible reputation
They got,
even
like,
before
sued
the
bad, I
disaster of
think.
Flight 508, went out of business
yeah,
just
obviously.
11 days after the crash took place. Ironically, on the exact same
Yeah,
day,
she was found.
Juliana Kopka was rescued. The
Wow.
Peruvian government cited that intentional flight into hazardous conditions was the primary cause for the
Obviously,
crash.
I mean, duh, I
So,
can tell you that.
If someone is trying to get you
Wow, that story is crazy. I do remember watching a documentary talking about that. I vaguely remember, so that's a good refresher. But that's crazy. 17 years old and being able to survive that long after falling from God knows how high through a thunderstorm down to a crash and being injured, that is amazing. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, do you want to even live after that? Because, like, but damn. Yeah, I enjoyed this. If you guys want to see more of these kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscription, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.